Hey guys, we made it to the last day of the chapter. We made it to our last day. Woo-woo. And so the big thing here that we want to focus on is reviewing. So our topic today is the same as it's been the last 3 days, but really, this is all review, with maybe a couple new proofs on the back page to just kind of help us prepare for future classes like geometry. So this is just going to be right here. This is going to be, these algebra proofs are going to be, what could I call them? A little preview of future classes. So algebra proofs are just a preview of future classes. Now, let's do a quick reminder here on our steps to solving a multi-step equation. Step one. What do we do first? Well, we take care of parentheses. You got it. Step two. Combine variables. So we combine variables that are like terms. Step three. Combine your regular numbers. So step three, combine regular numbers. And that leaves us with step four. Usually we're either going to multiply or divide the number attached to the variable. So normally, after we've done these three steps, you're going to have like 3x equals 9 at the end. So you just divide by 3 and x equals 3. So that's what we're talking about here. Multiply or divide the number attached to the variable. In this case, we're dividing. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to flex a little bit, get a refresher in. We are going to practice numbers 1, 2, and number 4. So you guys are going to get to try and make sure you're feeling good on these 3 problems. So you can go ahead and pause, and when you unpause, we'll check to see if you guys got these right. Actually, I lied. I think it'd be a good idea for us to practice one of these here. So you're going to see number 1. I'll let you guys try 2 and 4 here in a second. Number 1, we don't have any parentheses, so step 1, don't got to worry about it. So we go to step 2, combine the variables. Now the thing is, these variables are on opposite sides of this equal sign. So in order to take care of that, we could either subtract 5x over, or we could subtract 2x over. Now I wanted to subtract 2x over because 5x minus 2x gives us 3x. If we subtracted 5x over, you'd have to worry about negatives. So now step 3, combine regular numbers. We got a 2 and a 14 there, equal sign in between them. So if x is here, we need to move everything away from x. So subtract 2. 3x equals 12. And then last step, multiply or divide whatever number is attached. So 3x equals 12. We got a 3 here being multiplied. So we need to divide by 3. And x equals 4. And so now, guys, I will let you try numbers 2 and 4. All right, let's see what you guys got here. Number 2. We have parentheses, and hey, we can distribute that 2 to those and that 3 to those to get 10x minus 2 equals 3x plus 33. Again, distributing is multiplying. Then step 2, we need to combine our variables, equal sign in the middle, so I'm going to subtract 3x over. That cancels out there. Boom. And so 10x minus 3x is 7x. Drop that down, drop that down. Well, hey, we got some regular numbers here, so we're ready for step 3. So we can add 2 over. We're trying to get everything away from that x. And then we just have 7x equals 35 left. That means we're ready for step 4. So if it's 7 times x, we can divide by 7. X equals 5. Hopefully you're feeling pretty good on that one. Next problem, parentheses again, so we distribute. This time, though, we have a negative, no number there, so we assume there is a 1 there, a negative 1. So negative 1 times 2n, negative 2n, negative 1 times negative 3, positive 3. Hey, this time, we got variables on the same side, so we can just smash those together. 8n minus 2n, well, that's 6n. We can just smash them together. Then we have two numbers here. I'm going to subtract 3 over because we're trying to get everything away from n. Then we divide by 6. 9 divided by 6, that's going to be a fraction. We know 3 goes into both of those. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 goes into 6 2 times. So 9 over 6 is really 3 over 2. Now keep in mind, these were all one solution. X equals 4. X equals 5. N equals 3 over 2. These were all one solution, but keep in mind there's also going to be times where solutions are, well, they're non-existent, they're no solution, or infinitely many. This is only one situation. And so let's look at a couple examples where we get the other two, not just one solution. Let's look where we get no solution and infinitely many. Let's look at 1 and 2. And let's just go ahead and solve them. So number 1, hey, like terms right there. 3y minus 5 equals 1y plus 2y, 3y minus 9. And there's going to be some people that say, hey, the lights just went off. So you could stop here. You honestly could say, hey, I see what's about to happen. 3y minus 5 will never equal 3y minus 9. There's no way. So you actually could say right here, this is a no solution. But I know some of you guys are probably going to want to keep working just to double check. So try it. Combine these variables. Move that 3y over, or I guess move that 3y over, doesn't matter. Well, guess what? That 3y minus 3y disappears. That 3y minus 3y disappears. You're left with negative 5 equals negative 9. Wait a minute. There's no variable to solve for here. And that's not true. So if what you're left with is not true, you know it's going to be a no solution. Take a look at number 2. Sometimes these are a little bit easier to spot. We distribute. You get 2y plus 4 equals 2y, plus 4. Oh, wait, these are the same. So you could honestly stop here and say, oh, this is infinitely many solution. You could say that right there. But for those of you who maybe want to work this out, subtract 2y, cancels, you're left with 4 equals 4, which is always true. So there is a recap of infinitely many solutions and no solution. Last thing, guys, our second standard. Sometimes we want to be able to rearrange a formula to solve an equation. So sometimes, I'll even write this up here, sometimes a solution isn't x equals a number. You can still get a solution that isn't just a variable equals a number. You know? In fact, check out number 1 here. They want us to solve this equation for y. That means we need to get y by itself. We're going to solve for y. Oh, well, there's y. Well, what's beside y right now? Oh, a 3x. It's a positive 3x that y is being added to, so couldn't we subtract 3x to get rid of it? But when you do that on the left side, you also have to do that to the right side. So what we're left with is y equals, now 10 minus 3x, those aren't like terms. Let's see if I can fit this in here. These are not like terms. Ugh. 10 and negative 3x, not like terms. So, in fact, let me scribble this out. So what you're left with is y equals negative 3x, that's a positive 10, plus 10, or you could have written it as, or y equals 10 minus 3x. And you've solved for y. We know y could be either of these, negative 3x plus 10 or 10 minus 3x. By the way, what would you get for y if x equaled 1? Well, let's plug it in here. If x equaled 1, then we would have y equals 10 minus 3 times 1, if x was 1. Well, that'd be y equals 10 minus 3, or y equals 7. I'm going to let you guys try this one. Let's see what you get here for this problem right here. Number 2, solve for y. Now, some of you guys may have gotten a little confused on this step. You subtracted 6 over to get that away from the y, but now we have a 3 times y. Well, we know we need to divide by 3, but what else do we divide by 3? Well, when you multiply or divide in an equation, you have to divide everything, every term, this term, this term, and this term. So y equals negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2x, and then plus 15 divided by 3, well, that's 5. So y equals negative 2x plus 5, and if you really wanted to know, hey, what would y actually be if we knew what x was, if x was 5? You can work this out here. Y equals negative 2 times 5 plus 5. So y equals negative 10 plus 5. Y equals negative 5. And thank you very much for trying those guys. Again, you probably won't see these on your actual test, but these are great prep for when we get into geometry next year. If you have any questions, you know how to get in contact with me. And I'll be talking to you guys soon. By the way, test is coming up this week. Be on the lookout. Test is this week.